what's up you guys? I am Dominique Kristen and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, but I felt that I needed to talk to you guys today about the worst doctor ever. This is a story time. Yes, this is a story time. For this story, we are going to call this doctor, let's call him Dr. Garcia, shall we? Let's call him Garcia. I've been to this doctor many times because it is close, correct? So therefore, I filled out all the paperwork. I've been there many times. You should have all of my information on all of my medical history, correct? You should know everything that I'm allergic to because I've said it multiple times, mainly because you ask me every time I come. That's my fault. Again, if you ask me every time I come, I probably shouldn't come back, right? But I would think, okay, well, I've been here enough. Everything should be in my chart. All right. So first things first, I go to the doctor. First thing in the morning, I'm like, okay, I want to get there as soon as they're open. They take walk-ins. Everything's fine. Usually doesn't take me that long to get in the back. That's cool, right? Wrong. So, I'm sitting back, sitting in the chair. He comes in. He asks how I'm doing. I'm saying, oh, I'm okay, or whatever. I'm like, well, what can I do for you today? I'm like, okay, well, I have two issues, right? Two things. My belly button got infected or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I hit my finger, it's really in a lot of pain. It's like tingling or whatever. I'm having some issues, right? Okay, great. So first things first, he looks at my belly button and he says, yeah, you should put a warm compress 6 to 8 times a day, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, who has time for that? Who has time for that? Not me. And so the bell should have been gone off because 6 to 8 times a day seems a little excessive. Everything that I've read, not that I'm a doctor, I'm not a doctor, but everything that I've read, and for every, person I've talked to or person that have had their stuff done, everything I've read on the internet, every official website is like, you don't want to mess with it too much when it gets infected. You want to make sure that you're cleaning it properly and basically leave it alone. This guy's like, I think maybe you should put a warm compress on. I'm like, well, yeah, I looked that up. I mean, my piercer told me whatever. So I've been doing that twice a day. I've been doing that. And he's like, no, you should do it 6 to 8 times a day. 6 to 8 times a day? Who has time for that? Not me. Okay. And I work at home and I still don't have time for that. People think that because you work at home, you have time to do things. No, you don't. It's so much harder to focus because everything's going on and you feel like you can stop whenever you want. You can't. So 6 to 8 times a day, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to figure out how to put a warm compress on my stomach 6 to 8 times a day. Great. And he was like, all right, so you do that and I'm going to write you a prescription for that or whatever, basically. So he's going to give me a prescription for that. Because that's what I came for. Great. All right. So mind you, again, I've been there multiple times in the past. And he's like, well, is that all? Is that going to do it? And I'm like, well, no. Remember my finger? That's the other reason that I am here. That's why I came here. Because it hurts and I'm in a lot of pain. So he takes a look at it. And he puts them side by side. And he's like, oh, well, it doesn't look swollen or whatever. I'm like, yeah. Okay. I kind of stated that already. Mind you, I had stated this before. I'm like, it doesn't look wrong or anything like that. It's just in a lot of pain. I could tell something's off. I will show you guys, but I have wrapped it up. And something's a little off. It's tingling. It hurts. It's super sensitive, right? And so he's like, okay, well, I'm going to get you some medicine for that. I'm going to write you some prescription for some Motrin. I'm like, no, I can't take Motrin. He's like, you can't take Motrin? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm allergic to NSAIDs. Right? He's like, you're allergic to something? I'm like, yes. All NSAIDs. So you're allergic to Motrin. Yes, I'm allergic to Motrin. I'm allergic to all NSAIDs or NSAID, whatever it's called. NSAID. That's what I'm going to call it. And so he's like, okay, well, I can give you a prescription for some Tylenol, 500. I'm like, okay, Dr. Garcia, that's cool. That'll be fine. And he was like, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if it's sprained or broken. I'm pretty sure I sprained it because it still hurts. I hit it 2 weeks ago at this point, and I'm still having it wrapped up, compression on this, ice, whatever. So he's like, okay, well, you should get an x-ray. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll get an x-ray. And so I'm thinking we're going to do it there because they have a whole hallway in a room on the side that says x-ray. But no. Oh no. We're not going to nip this in the bud and look at it right now over in the x-ray room. He's going to write me a prescription to get an x-ray. I'm like, okay, I guess. So now I'm like, okay, well, I kind of know what's going on. I've got the medicine, or he's going to write me a prescription for something to kill whatever is going on with my belly button, and I'm going to get an x-ray, right? Wrong. So wrong. So I'm like, okay, we've addressed my pinky, we've addressed my belly button. Great, so we're cool. And I'm like, one last thing, the only other reason I come there, mind you, is because I want to get prescriptions for asthma medication. That's it. I never need to be seen. I don't need a checkup. I'm always fine when I go there. The only thing I need is for you to write me a prescription for asthma medication. That's it. I just need my prescriptions. Now, this is another reason why this place is trash. They will not write you a prescription for more than like 1 refill or 2 refills. Never. And it's a scam. Like, it's a complete scam. So you're telling me I have to come here every 2 months. Like, you can't just call my pharmacy and just tell them what I need. I have to physically come in here every 2 months to sit here for an hour before you even show up, to wait to get to the back, sit some more back there, and wait for you to come back there just for me to tell you that I need the same thing that I need every single time that I come here. Just my prescriptions. Now, that's a whole nother beast, because I had to stop having them letting them send my prescriptions over to my pharmacy by their computer system, because I went to my pharmacy and they kept saying that they haven't been getting them. So I have to keep going back to that same doctor. I'm like, you guys are trash. Like, okay, I don't want you to send anything anywhere. I would just like physical prescriptions to take over to my pharmacy, right? Simple enough. It's a normal thing that doctors do, correct? Yes. So on this visit, on my way out, I'm like, okay, I just need, whatever prescription they're going to give me for this stuff. And then I need the prescription from asthma medication. Send some here, right? Simple. It's easy, right? Wrong. So I go up to the front desk, and the nurses up there or whatever, who I'm checking out, they give me my prescription, and it has like 6 different things written on there in chicken scratch that I can hardly read. And so I'm like, okay, I guess this is what I need. And so she gives me 2. She gives me one that has like my normal asthma medication list on it, as well as the Tylenol, whatever it says. I couldn't read it very well, to take care of my belly button. And then the doctor said I need more vitamin D. So he wrote me a prescription for vitamin D. I'm like, okay, well, cool. Now, mind you, I have like 3 asthma medications. So there's 3 things on there for asthma. There's a thing for my belly button. There's Tylenol. And there is vitamin D, right? 6 things, all in chicken scratch that you can barely make out. A couple of them I couldn't read. I just assumed that they were right. So that's where we are. Okay, mind you, that's where we are, right? Yes, okay. Now, we have a second prescription for an x-ray. So the lady comes out and I'm like, okay, so this just says x-ray. So what am I supposed to do with this, right? But of course, I'm not giving them attitude or anything like that, like I'm talking to you guys. Because at this point, I mean, I'm like over it. But I'm like, okay, so what do I do with this? So she's like, just take this x-ray sheet or prescription, go to any hospital around here. They have walk-in hours between blah, blah, blah and blah, blah, blah. Just go there and everything will be, fine, basically. Just go there. They'll fit you in to get an x-ray of your finger, right? Okay, cool. So now I have to go to a whole nother place. Okay, right? Cool. So I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna, since I'm already, not working right now, I'm just gonna go over to the closest hospital and have them fit me in. So I go over there. I'm there for whoever knows how long. And then I finally get my x-ray done on my hand, right? They don't tell me the results, right? And I'm like, okay, so is it sprained or is it broken or whatever? They don't tell me. They said, well, we're going to send over the results of this x-ray to your doctor, and we're going to have him, or have that person, whatever, your doctor, And my Dr. Garcia, go over it with you. I'm like, okay. Now, at this point, I'm annoyed. So, I don't know if it's broken. I don't know if it's sprained. I don't know if I need to ice it. I don't know if I need to put heat on it. I don't know what the freak is going on. And nobody can seem to tell me. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. If that's not your job, that's not your job. I'm just gonna, let them take a picture of this. They're send it to my doctor. Surely Dr. Garcia will tell me if there's something wrong with my finger, which there is. So I drop off my prescriptions. I leave. It's gonna take them a while to get them together, and I come back. And so I'm looking at the prescriptions that I got, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can't take this. This is amoxicillin. I'm allergic to amoxicillin. I'm allergic to NSAIDs. My doctor should know this. I've had the same doctor for like 4 years. I hardly ever go unless I have to get prescriptions. But he should know this. It should be in my chart. We have discussed it numerous times. So you know that I cannot take amoxicillin. I can't take Cillins. I can't take NSAIDs. We've talked about this. And every time you ask me, what happens when you take it? Every time I tell you, like, listen, y'all, I'm just trying to be alive. I don't want to die. So then I talk to the pharmacist, and he's like, oh, well, if you're allergic, here, we'll refund this for you. Go back to your doctor and have him write you a prescription for something else. And I'm like, okay, great. Easy enough. It's annoying. I shouldn't have to make special trips. But I'm like, I'm not going to call because nothing will get done. And I know that about this place. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go back up there in person the next day. The next morning, I go up there. I wait an hour. Freaking hour. Going on. They're like, well, just wait here in this seat. And then when you see him, just like grab him and say, hey, let him know what's going on. I'm like, okay. So you just want me to wait until he's like super busy walking back and forth with these other patients and be like, excuse me, hey, I need you to give me a new prescription because, like, really? Really? Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit in this chair. I'm going to wait. Okay, cool. So I finally see him and I'm like, hey, excuse me, Dr. Garcia. Hi, I was in yesterday and, I came in for blah, blah, blah. And you wrote me a prescription for amoxicillin, but I can't take that because I'm allergic, right? That's what I said in so many words, right? Yes. He proceeds to look at me and says, oh no, like I never prescribe amoxicillin to anybody. Like I don't prescribe amoxicillin at all. Like that's not I don't prescribe that. I'm like, huh? Clearly you do. Because clearly I had a prescription for it. And clearly I went to my pharmacy. Clearly they gave it to me. So that means that you prescribed it, correct? Or am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm just wondering. Like, am I psycho? Did I dream it? Maybe I dreamed it. So he goes, looks at my chart, sees that he prescribes it, and then says, oh, well, you said you were allergic to NSAIDs. I am. You're also allergic to Cillins? Yep. Well, how come you didn't say that when I asked you? I'm like, well, seeing as though I've been here 5 billion other times, I assume it's in my chart. And he says, oh, okay, well, I'll give you a prescription for whatever other medication, and that should do the trick. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I mean, I'm being super nice. So then I'm like, oh, by the way, I went to get the x-ray you told me to get on my finger or on my hand yesterday. Have they sent over the results? Because clearly I have to talk to him about these results. Why? Because they didn't talk to me about the results. Why? Because they said they were going to send them to Dr. Garcia. And he's just like, oh, no, they wouldn't send them that fast. No, I don't know. They wouldn't send them that fast. I'm like, anyways, so they wouldn't send them that fast. And, I mean, unless it was like broken if it was like broken or something, but they would send it over fast if it was like broken. I'm like, okay, thank you. He writes me the prescription. I leave. This is to be continued because now I have to find a new doctor to talk to my hand about. I do. I'm going to do that. Anyways, so thanks for listening to me rant. Thank you for listening to this story time of the worst doctor ever. He tried to kill me, y'all. He really tried to kill me. Like, I just want to be alive. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to y'all later with some new videos. Bye. Love you. Tell me about your crazy doctor experiences below. Like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys.